Do reading comprehension questions confuse you? Don't worry, this video will make them super easy because reading is not just about words, it's about understanding meanings. Dear students, welcome back to the English class in which I'll be sharing those strategies and tips with you all to ace those reading comprehension questions in your board exams. So you don't have to fear, and once this class gets over, I know you'll feel more confident in mastering those questions in your exams like a pro. So let's get started to learn one of the most important skills, that is reading comprehension. Not only this, we have designed some important questions for you all so that you can practice. That is given in the form of BPP in the description box and the comment sections as well. So please, without wasting time, tap the link that is given in the description box that will redirect you to our PW app batch. Join the batch and start practicing those questions without wasting any time. Alright, and dear students, let me give you a very important update. Please join the WhatsApp Foundation English channel so that you get access to all important updates and information related to your exams. So let's discuss the topics that we are going to cover in today's class. We would be covering reading comprehension along with its tips and tricks. We would be covering complete grammar that would consist of each and every important question along with concept-wise important explanation as well. And the question that are asked even in the form of error correction, MCQs, gap filling, and then towards the end of the class, we are going to have a brief recapitulation of all the topics that we would be covering. Dear students, now you see the format on screen clearly, right? This particular section, reading section, carries 20 marks weightage in your exam. And why this is important? Because it tests your grammar as well, your vocabulary as well. All right. Overall, the questions are given to test your comprehension skills. Reading comprehension, there are two passages that are being asked, right? Let's understand. One is discursive. Another one is case-based. All right. Got it? So this discursive passage has a word limit of 400 to 450 words, whereas this case-based passage has a word limit of 200 to 250 words. So together you'll find your questions would carry the word limit of 600 to 650 words, all right, approximately. So please remember that when we talk about case-based passage, they can be asked either in the form of pie chart or a bar graph or in the form of tabular representation. Alright, dear students, so please keep this thing in mind that while attempting these type of questions, you don't have to exaggerate anything, be on point, right? Reading comprehension question is a complete package of vocabulary, grammar, interpretation, evaluation, analysis. Alright, dear students, so now let's get started. Let's discuss the tips first of all. When you come across any discursive based questions, right, which carries a word limit of 400 to 450 words, all right, which is mainly based on inference and vocabulary. You will be asked questions related to inference, making inferences, and this question is going to test your vocab as well, all right, as you'll get questions related to synonyms, finding similar words, or antonyms, or phrase based, finding a phrase, right? Or finding the most appropriate word. So what do we come to know till now? We come to know that there are two types of questions. One is discursive based, which has a word limit of 400 to 450 words. Secondly, we can be asked like a case-based question, be it a pie chart or a bar graph, all right, and the word limit of that particular question would be around 200 to 250 words. So together the word limit would be 650 words approximately. Now let's discuss the very important hack while attempting these questions that will definitely ensure good marks in your exams. So FLT technique, first to last, right? Reading the first and the last lines of each paragraph. A very important thing while we attempt our English question paper. What's that? Please understand that you have section A, section B, all right? You have for reading, then you have literature. Now this question often pops up in some students' mind. Which section to be attempted first? Which section? All right, please keep this thing in mind. Your paper should not be in the format. It's like now you have attempted first grammar question, second grammar question. Now you are attempting the third writing based question, and then fourth is literature question. This should not be done at all. Whatever area you feel you are more efficient in, please attempt that particular section first. If you are good at grammar, start doing grammar section. If you think you are good at writing, please start attempting writing section. If you feel you have a command over literature more, so please start attempting literature section first. So I hope it's all clear. Please, I'll write it here as well. Be calm and relaxed while attempting reading questions, reading comprehension questions specifically. Now, coming to factual passages, let's see how we are going to analyze it. So, we should focus on highest, lowest and comparison. We should focus on trends. If something is going up or coming down, right? If there is any downfall or if there is surcharge, right? If it is going higher, if the numbers are going higher or the points are going higher, if the number is getting down. So you don't have to analyze data deeply, just match the facts. All right. You also have to remember the tone of the writer at the same time. If it is critical, if it is informative, it is optimistic, if it is positive. So based on the data that would be made available to you, so please understand, please try to gauge an idea of the tone of the writer, whether it's positive or negative, right? So, and if it is based on any concern as well. All right, dear students, please remember one important fact, that you don't have to go into the deeper facts. All right, you just have to match the facts, because finally you need to remember this particular mantra: read smart, not long. I have already told you this thing. Please do not start reading the passage right from the first word till the last word. It is not going to solve any purpose at all. Now let's discuss the golden rule for these passage based questions. Question first, passage later. Very, very important. Please do not read the passage first. Do not start reading your passage and waste your time. So rather, what should be done? Read questions and underline the keywords in the questions itself, right? And that should be followed by passage reading. All right. Circle keywords in questions. For example, if there is any date that is being asked, if there is any name, if there is any event, right? Things like that. Then follow then follow a 3 steps time strategy. What's that? Skimming. What is the meaning of skimming now? Skimming is like that involves your rapid eye movement. If you're looking for something, if you're looking for some information, right? But on a general ground, on a general note, right? First line of each paragraph, last line of each paragraph. I have already discussed FLT method. First line of each paragraph and just the last line of each paragraph. That will give you approximate idea about the passage. Like what does it say, what it is all about? Is it sharing any positive note, it is sharing any negative note? Any example, any data or quotation, it is in the form of, if the passage is in the form of a case based, right? So please follow this particular method as well, right? Now, scanning hack. While it comes to reading the passage, now look for the same word or synonyms from the questions. Suppose you have read the question and you have underlined the keywords, you have underlined certain words, and now you have started reading the passage. Let's say first paragraph or the second paragraph, look for the similar words that you already found in the questions, right? If synonym has been asked, if antonym has been asked, things like that. Answer usually appear in the same order as questions sometimes. And let me tell you a very important thing, that 2 to 3 questions are straightforward. So please note that the question carries 10 marks, right? Out of which there are 1 markers, 6 1 markers are there, and 2 markers are there. All right, together 10 marks. Now you will be asked these questions either in the form of MCQs or true or false based questions or gap filling based questions. But these 2 marker questions can either be asked in the form of elaboration. Let's suppose the question may ask you to elaborate and to describe in about 30 to 40 words. All right, like that. Let me tell you another important thing, that you are likely to get the answer of the very first question even in the first paragraph only, right? So 2 to 3 questions are straightforward, that will not face much difficulty in answering those questions. And I've already told you the marking scheme as well. There would be 6 questions of 1 marker, right? And there would be 2 questions of 2 marks. So together 4 marks. So together they have 10 marks, right? So you'll get the answer of the first 2 questions even in the initial paragraphs only, right? So look for the same keywords, right? Underline the keywords in the questions and then look for the same keywords in the same or similar keywords in the passage only. All right, dear students, the question arises if the examiner in the question paper asks you inferential questions. For example, if you have these many words in the passage, this suggest, this idea suggest, right? Or this idea can be inferred, this indicates. So ask yourself, what does the writer want me to think? Ask yourself a question at that point of time, what does the writer want me to think? And then write your answer accordingly. So let me tell you a very positive fact about this reading section, that this particular section is designed, the questions are designed keeping in mind the level of an average student, right? So you will get out of those 8 to 10 questions, you'll get only 2 to 3 questions which are somewhat trickier, right, than others. Otherwise, you'll not face any problem. The only funda, the only mantra is practice, practice and practice. But it's just that nobody in the whole world can teach you ace this particular section if you don't practice. So remember, practice makes a man perfect. Even if you have not started practicing reading comprehension questions till now, please start practicing from today itself. Do not set any time limit in your mind. Take 2 passages in a day, start practicing those, start writing your answers, start framing your answers, right? Following the tricks that we have already shared, and you'll feel more confident. All right. So dear students, coming to our grammar section, which comprises these many topics: determiners, tenses, modals, subject verb concord or subject verb agreement, reported speech. This may include questions related to command and request, statements and questions. The most asked form. And that too if for weather types. All right. So please be aware that you get 12 questions in this particular section, out of which you are asked to attempt any 10. All right. What is the main aim of this particular section, dear students? This course at the secondary level seeks to cement high professional grasp of grammatical items and levels of accuracy, accurate use of spellings, punctuation and grammar in context that would be assessed through gap filling type questions, editing questions. It's like spotting the error and supplying the correction instead, right? In the form of transformation exercises as well. You better know this thing, that 10 out of 12 questions are being asked to attempt. Now, I have collected some important comprehension passages for you all from previous year question papers and sample question papers as well. We are going to discuss those passages now. All right. So let's see the very first question, which is based on fossil fuels. All right. Let's see the question first as following our technique. The very first question: which of the following statement best describes the difference between renewable energy sources and alternate energy sources? So what do we come to know in this? While we are reading questions, please underline the keywords. We need to find out the difference between renewable and alternate energy sources in our question, in our passage. All right, please be aware of this particular type. Again, so what are we going to do? We are going to find out the difference between renewable energy sources and alternate energy sources. This is something we are going to find out in the passage, right? Second question, what is the tone of the writer of the given line? Now in your mind, you clearly get an idea. You are going to find the difference and you are going to explore the tone as well. Complete the sentence appropriately. This is given in the form of fill in the blanks. In the past, alternative energy sources were not used much by the consumers because you need to find out the reason, right? So in the past, alternative energy sources were not used much. Why? We need to find out this reason. Now for this particular question, you are required to know the meaning of these words which can be sustained and which are capable of finishing up and which are not capable of finishing up, right? Then you have the next question, who is the leader of the renewable energy pack and why? Justifying the reason as well. Based on the reading of the passage, examine in about 40 words. Now, as I just told you that sometimes you get a 2-marker questions in which the question will ask you to elaborate, right? To write at least in 40 words, right? The difference between geothermal electricity and hydroelectricity. Then coming to the next question, what is the message conveyed by the passage? We need to find out the message, also underline this. Now, by this time, we have already got to know some keywords, right? What's that? The difference. We need to find out the tone of the writer. We need to find out antonym as well. We need to find out the message, right? And then we need to find out the reason between geothermal and hydropower as well, right? Difference for their reasons. So we got these many keywords while reading the questions. Now coming back to the passage, let's now read the passage using our FLT technique. Fossil fuels, oil, coal and natural gas are our most traditional sources of power generation. The energy that's produced from any source other than fossil fuels is termed as alternative energy. So in the very first paragraph, we got to know about alternative sources, right? Coming to the second paragraph, we know now the alternative energy sources are the sources we use to supplement or even replace traditional energy sources used for power generation. All right, all renewable energy sources fall under the category of alternative energy sources, but it does not work the other way around. Coming to the third paragraph, let's see. That's because renewable energy sources are derived from naturally replenished sources. So coming to our third paragraph, let's see. That's because renewable energy sources are derived from naturally replenished sources or the processes of earth such as the sun, wind and water. We refer to these resources as renewable because they can be sustained, right? They are sustainable since unlike fossil fuels is naturally occurring, continual renewal makes them exhaustible. So I hope by this time you are clearly in a position to answer the very first question that is given, right? Reading the fourth paragraph, the equipment necessary to harness energy from alternative sources used to be so expensive that it was not practical for customers. I think we should underline this important thing. All right. Then we have improved renewable technologies and enhanced energy efficiency capabilities. That's no longer the case. When it comes to energy efficiency, the leader of the renewable energy pack is wind energy. I hope we are able to find the answer of the fifth question even in the fifth paragraph only. So behind wind comes geothermal energy, then hydropower and nuclear power and then solar power. All right. So this can be derived. Wind power serves both individuals and entire communities. It is versatile and can be produced from small scale mills as well. So coming to our next paragraph, we generate geothermal power by tapping into underground reservoirs of hot water and steam. All right. It can directly heat and cool buildings. Dear students, then the turbine blades then rotate a generator to produce electricity that is sent to power homes. So coming to our seventh paragraph, nuclear energy is created in the form of heat through the fission process of atoms. All right. Then we have solar power, most commonly refers to the use of solar cells to create energy. On a large scale, you may see a solar farm used as a power plant to produce electricity for its consumers. All right, dear students, coming to the very first question, which of the following statement best describe the difference between renewable and alternate energy source? Alternate energy sources are more expensive than renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources are inexhaustible, whereas alternative sources could be exhaustible. Alternative energy sources are as renewable, not at all, right? Renewable energy sources are exhaustible, but alternative energy sources are inexhaustible. Not at all. So what do you think is the most appropriate option here? This is the most appropriate option. Coming to the second question, what is the tone of the writer in the given lines from paragraph number 4? Let's see what it is. Coming to paragraph number 4, the equipment necessary to harness energy from alternative sources used to be so expensive earlier. However, thanks to increased demand, that he is quite positive now. He is quite hopeful now, right? So what do we come to know about the tone? It is optimistic, all right? We clearly got our answer. It is optimistic, right? It is positive. Coming to the next question, complete the sentence appropriately. In the past, alternative energy sources were not used much by the consumers. Because why alternative sources were not used much? So we are going to find it here in paragraph number 4. The equipment necessary to harness energy from alternative sources used to be so expensive earlier, right? In the past, we are going to talk about that it was not practical for consumers. It was not practical for consumer and because of being expensive. Now coming to question number 4, let's read. The passage includes some words that are opposite of each other. From the sets A to set E, identify two sets of antonyms. How we are going to identify? Let's see. Generate and produce. No. Both are positive. To generate is to produce. Subtle and versatile, both are positive words, right? Both are similar. Exhaustible and inexhaustible. So we got the true meaning of antonym here. The sources that can be exhausted, that can be finished. Inexhaustible, that are not capable of finishing up, right? Then you have power and energy, both are positive, not at all. Then we have this sustainable and exhaustible, this set also. So we got two sets easily. This one is correct and this one is also correct. Now, who is the leader of the renewable energy pack and why? Let's see. Very simple question. Let's try to find it out. So when it comes to energy efficiency, the leader of the renewable energy pack is wind energy. This we had already underlined. Reason being, behind wind comes geothermal energy, hydropower, nuclear and solar power. Wind energy saves both individuals and entire communities because it is versatile and it is produced from small scale windmills as well. All right, we got the reason. We got the reason also here, right? Then the next question. Based on the reading of the passage, examine in about 40 words. Now, I have already told you this thing. This is a 2-marker question, right? In which the examiner tests your interpretation skills. Let's see the difference between geothermal electricity and hydroelectricity that we have also underlined while reading the passage. What's that difference? That is clearly mentioned here. Geothermal electricity can directly heat and cool buildings. Then we talk about hydropower, which is produced when water behind a dam causes turbine blades to move as it flows through the intake. Now, coming to this question, what is the message, right? So, only those energy sources should be used which are renewable. Wind energy is a renewable as well as inexhaustible source of energy. There are plenty of renewable sources. There are plenty of renewable sources that can be used to replace traditional energy sources. Alternative energy sources are the emerging energy trends. So I think this is the most appropriate answer to this question. While reading the passage, we can clearly gauge an idea. Last question, state whether the following statement is true or false with reference to the given statement. Hydroelectricity as a renewable energy source is used for residential as well as commercial purposes. Exactly. Without giving a second thought. So I hope by this time you are clearly able to understand the tips and tricks to solve these comprehension passages questions, right? See, we have just, discussed the passage also and we have tried to mark the keyword also. After marking those keywords in the questions, when we came to the passage and we read those passages using FLT technique, we were able to answer each and every question very easily, very effortlessly. So I hope by this time you could clearly understand how to solve a comprehension passage effectively and meticulously without wasting much time. Alright. Now, based on this particular passage, answers have also been given, but I would like to share some more quick tips with you all. Like, for example, in question number 7, if we talk about, in which the writer has asked about the message, right? So for questions like question number 7, Identify the overall message or theme of the passage, what it is all about. So it is often about the central idea of the text. True or false based questions, carefully read the statement again. If you are not able to make any comparison, please reread it and then try to do it. Reread the relevant sections for specific details, like in question number 8. Refer back to the exact lines in the passage that discuss the topic. If you are supposed to answer any question which is based on true or false, definitely you would require to reread sometimes, right? So please do that. There should be clarity in your choice while it comes to any difference making questions. All right, dear students, since we have discussed one discursive passage taken from CBSE question paper, now we are going to discuss one factual based as well. This is one factual passage about mango, right? Now, as per our procedure, as per our strategy, let's read the questions again. Complete the following analogy appropriately based on your understanding of para 1. Let's see the relation. We can say that for becoming the king of jungle, lion has to be the strongest, right? Bravest and fiercest. Similarly, mango is known as the king of fruits, because underline this, why mango is called as the king of fruits. Second question, fill in the blanks, right? Which you'll find in the paragraph number 2, right? The statement that India is the largest producer of mangoes with 45.8% of the total world production can be attributed to Indian orchardists is an. What does it mean? Is it a fact or just an opinion? You just have to put a tick and make a choice. Justify the following in about 40 words. Now, this is a 2-marker question. India, being the major shareholder in terms of mango production, exports only 0.52% of its total production. Now there is somewhat a clash that despite being a major shareholder, India exports only 0.52% of its total production. So we have to find out the reason again. All right. Then we have the next question. Based on the table that has already been given in the passage, which 3 countries were at par with each other in terms of mango import? We are talking about countries. We have to find out this, which are at par, right, in terms of mango import in the year 19 to 20. Then the next question, the top mango importing country is the USA. However, India exports only 2% of its total exports to the USA. State any one inference. This is inferential based question, inference based question, right? So what do you need to find out? The top mango importing country is the USA. However, still it exports only 2% of its total exports to the. However, India exports only 2% of its total exports to the USA. Why? Then, in the given sentence taken from paragraph 2, select the option that correctly replaces the underlined word with its most likely antonym. These countries are the biggest challenges for Indian mango exports. Why is India described as the largest producer of mangoes in the world? Answer in about 40 words. I have clearly told you this particular thing in the beginning of the class. Whenever you see this question, please answer it as per 2 marks. Right? Always elaborate a bit. All right. Next question, which of the following is the main takeaway from the study mentioned in the passage? So last question, which of the following is the main takeaway from the study mentioned in the passage? So as by this time we have clearly read the questions and underlined the keywords given in the questions. Now coming to the passage, let's see what does it say. Mango, Mangifera indica, is Asia's most popular fruit and it has gained popularity around the world. It has long been a component of culture, religion, and useful and tasty fruit. So what was the first keyword in the very first question? The reason we have to find out. We have to find out the reason why mango is called the king of fruits. The reason is here, right? So coming to the second paragraph, mango is grown in an area of 5.58 million hectares of area in the world. India is the largest producer of mangoes with 46.02 and 45.88% of the total world area in production, respectively. However, when you come across these words in a passage, please remember that now you are going to read about a contrast, right? India being the major shareholder, this is the line that we have underlined in the question as well. And our answer also lies somewhere near to this, right? Despite being a major shareholder, what are the challenges that the country is facing? So in terms of transportation, in terms of productivity as well, right? Because the transportation cost. Then coming to the third one, the top importing country is United States of America. However, again we are going to deal with the contrast. India exports only 2% of its total exports to the USA. European countries, UK, Malaysia and Russia can be other hotspots where India can target to export the mangoes. The critical issue for exporting to the USA is transportation cost. Exactly, we got the answer of our next question clearly. So do you notice one thing? Following this particular strategy that we just discussed in the class will help you ace all reading comprehension questions, be it any type of question in your exam. All right, in terms of transportation. Now you have the chart on screen, right? What do you need to find out? In this particular year, countries at par. Let's find out. USA, Kuwait, and we have this. All right. So coming back to the question, we got the answer of the first question in terms of taste also, right? So sometimes if you feel there is little doubt, what you can do, just like we did in the previous comprehension passage, just like we underlined the keywords which were given in the questions and then we wrote it somewhere. So in the very first question, we need to find out the reason for king of fruits, right? Reason. Then we have to find out about the production, right? We need to talk about India being major shareholder. Still facing some challenges. So by following all these tips and tricks, it became easier for us to find out the answers of each and every question that were given in the passage. All right, dear students, so you can justify in about 40 words also that we have already discussed. So now we have the top mango importing countries, the USA. However, India exports only this in terms of transportation issues, in terms of transportation cost. So coming to question number 6, in the given sentence taken from paragraph 2, select the option that correctly replaces the underlined word with its most likely antonym. These countries are the bigger challenges for Indian mango export. Now the next question. Why is India described as the largest producer of mangoes in the world? Very, very simple question that we have underlined as well. Let's see the answer here. Because India is the largest producer of mangoes because of 46.02 and 45.88% of its total world area and production respectively. So this is the answer to this question. All right, this is our answer. So coming to our last but not the least, 8th question. Which of the following is the main takeaway from the lesson? India can overtake other markets as well if efforts are being made to enhance the productivity and transportation cost as well. So you have also been given these answers, but just please take the help of these answers only. Before that, start practicing at your home while you read these questions and read the passage. Try to frame your own answers and then match with the given ones. All right. Now, proceeding towards another important set of comprehension passage-based questions, which is exclusively taken from CBSE sample question paper 2025 for you all. Let's practice, and as per our strategy, again, we are going to see the questions first. We are going to read and underline the keywords. The very first question, why is the growing preference for indigenous crafts? Items described as a welcome trend. Second question, according to paragraph 1, the indigenous craft items have all of the following qualities, except. Now, there are instances when students, despite even knowing the answer, mark the incorrect one, right? Why? Because they do not focus on such words, except. We are not talking about qualities here. We have to choose an option which is not a part of quality of these indigenous crafts, right? Third option, complete the following by selecting the correct option from the given. In the brackets, the usage of locally sourced material makes the indigenous crafts traditional or eco-friendly. You have been given 2 options, right? Select the option that is true from A to C. You have been given 3 options and you are supposed to choose the most appropriate one out of these. What does it say? Artisans use traditional techniques that have been refined and proven effective over generations. Artisans use outdated practices that are no longer relevant in today's commercial market. Artisans follow techniques that prioritize speed and mass production, not at all. Right? Complete the analogy by selecting one of the two correct options: fair trade to fair wages, employment to job security, mass production to reduce prices. Then we have the next question: why is supporting indigenous crafts considered an effective way to improve the economic conditions? Right? The next question then we have: what are the main ideas of paragraph 4 and 5? Choosing indigenous crafts helps preserve cultural heritage. Let's underline. Handcrafted products lack individuality. Indigenous crafts reflect the artisan's creativity. Indigenous crafts promote uniformity. Right? We have to choose. Then we have the last question: why it is important for consumers to take an active role against. It talks about consumers' active role. Right? And I have already told you multiple times that whenever you see these type of questions, which are 2 markers, right, please do not forget to elaborate or describe in 40 words at least. Now, as we have read these questions, now we got an idea of the keywords that we are supposed to find out in passage as well. So, now as we are going to read the passage, before this, let's somewhere write the keywords that we have found in the questions, right? We got to know about welcome trend, cultural heritage, right? Fair wages, consumers, and certain qualities of indigenous crafts. All right. Now let's get started. The growing preference for indigenous crafts is a welcome trend. Now we got this keyword in the paragraph number 1 only. Reason being, they symbolize sustainability, support local economies, and preserve the heritage of diverse, and just having more than aesthetic appeal as well. So we got the first answer here in the first paragraph. One of the primary reasons for choosing indigenous craft is their eco-friendliness. We got the answer of the fill in the blank based question also, right? Unlike factory-made products, most traditional crafts are created using natural, locally sourced material. Right? Artisans often employ time-tested methods. This is the keyword that we found in the question. They often employ time-tested methods that minimize waste and avoid harmful industrial processes. For example, these have been given, right? Then you have the next paragraph. Supporting indigenous crafts also strengthens local economies. That we have found this keyword in the questions also, right? Many artisans depend solely on their craft for livelihood and often working in small communities, right? Moreover, indigenous craft items also have preserved cultural heritage as well. So by choosing these crafts, people not only appreciate the artistry but also help keep these traditions alive in an era where cultural homogenization threatens diversity. Next, in addition to their economic and cultural value, indigenous crafts add a personal touch to homes, right? However, the preference for indigenous crafts requires sustainable efforts to thrive. Governments, organizations, and consumers all have equal role to play, right? And choosing indigenous craft item is a meaningful step towards a more sustainable and culturally enriched world. All right, dear students, now let us see what we are going to do it. Let's underline this consumer line as well. We got the same keyword in the questions. So we have, by this time, we have read the questions also. We have underlined the keywords and we have underlined those similar keywords in the passage. Now let's answer. Are we able to do it? Yes, eco-friendliness. Select the option that is true from A to C. Artisans use traditional techniques that have been refined and proven effective over generation. Exactly true. Artisans use outdated, not outdated. Outdated means something which is no longer in use, right? Artisans follow techniques that prioritize speed and mass production. Not at all, right? So this is the answer that we have clearly got it. Complete the analogy by selecting one of the two correct options: fair trade to fair wage. Then we have employment to job security, mass production to reduce prices. Not at all. Just like this, employment also ensures right? The next question, why is supporting indigenous crafts considered to be an effective way to improve the economic condition of small communities? The answer to this question would be found in paragraph number 3. Let's have a look at paragraph number 3 now. Supporting indigenous crafts also strengthen local economies. How? Many artisans depend solely on craft for livelihood, often working in small communities where opportunities for other forms are less or limited. When people purchase their products, it provides a direct income to these artisans, empowering them. This is the answer that we have got to our question clearly, right? So without putting in much efforts, we clearly got the answers to all our questions. All right. Then what are the main ideas of paragraph 4 and 5? Let's see. Choosing indigenous crafts helps preserve cultural heritage. Handcrafted products lack individuality. Indigenous craft reflect the artisan's creativity. Indigenous crafts promote uniformity by raising regional differences in artistic traditions. Cultural homogenization encourage people to choose indigenous crafts over mass-produced goods. So what do you think is the main idea behind paragraph number 4? Let's see the paragraph number 4. So what is the idea behind this? In India, every handcrafted product carries a story, a glimpse into traditions, beliefs, and skills passed down through generations. In India, whether it's paintings, terracotta jewelry, sculptures, Athanguri tiles, or work frames, or many others, each item reflects a unique identity of the region. By choosing these crafts, people not only appreciate the artistry, but also keep the traditions alive. Keeping this thing in mind, in an era where cultural homogenization threatens diversity. So don't think as if just you have been given these words. Cultural homogeneity encourages people to choose. This is completely wrong. The correct answer to this question is first one. Choosing indigenous crafts helps preserve cultural heritage. Right? Now, if we have chosen this and we have, even there is a trick behind it. Even if out of these two paragraphs, you got the answer to the first one, similarly, the most appropriate answer to the second question would be this. But still, let's have a check on this. Now we talk about indigenous crafts reflect artisans' creativity. Exactly. If we talk about third and if you see the paragraph number 5th, see, it talks about economic cultural value, indigenous craft as a personal touch to homes, and it talks about creativity at the same time here in this. Following this trick, we clearly got the answer to our question very easily, very effortlessly. All right, coming to the last question, why is it important for consumers to take an active role alongside government and organization in sustaining indigenous craft? Now we got this answer already while we underline this particular thing here as well. Consumer too must actively seek out and invest in handcraft products rather than opting for a cheaper factory-made alternative, because choosing these indigenous craft is very meaningful. It would be a meaningful step and it would be a great initiative towards a sustainable and culturally enriched world. All right. So we could easily do this question. Coming to answers have also been shared. Again, I would suggest you to please frame your own answers first and then match it with the given ones. Now, question number 2, which is a factual passage in which you are supposed to make comparison. Right? So just let's take a rough idea. A recent study conducted across 2 age group students, right? Preference for pens that we are going to talk about. Now let's read the questions. Why did the study most likely focus on the 2 specific age group? We have to focus on these 2 age groups. This is so because these age groups represent the largest population of growing students, are when students develop and refine their writing habits, were the easiest to survey across schools, have a natural preference for ballpoint pens. We have to keep these things in mind. Second question, identify the phrase in paragraph 1 that conveys the writer's reference to the patterns or preferences observed in how students use pens for various writing tasks, different writing tasks, right? Their writing preferences, this patterns and preferences. Please underline this word. Then we have the third question. Complete the following by selecting the correct option from those given in the brackets. Geeta, age 11, wishes to complete her practical file, right? Case-based. Ensuring her work is legible and appealing, she is most likely to choose a micro tip pen for this task because the speed, the precision offered by this type of pen helps produce tidy work. So now we got to know about these 2 words. We need to find out the difference. Comparison between pens, micro tip and ballpoint, and this word as well. What does the writer mean by affordability while acting? What does the writer mean by the word affordability while citing the high percentage of ballpoint pens usage? And alongside, you have also been given these paragraphs as well, paragraph to paragraph 2. So you'll find the answer of these two questions in the same paragraph, that is number 2. Complete the following with the correct options when the writer says distinct patterns. In the line, the results reveal distinct patterns. Students in both age groups use pens in the same way. The preferences for pens varied according to the student's age and the type of writing task. Only microtip pens were popular across writing tasks. Students of all age group preferred ballpoint pens for completing creative writing tasks. Alright, sixth question. Complete the following appropriately. The one likely reason why more than 40% of students still choose ballpoint pens for creative tasks. Reason? How are aesthetic appeal and finer lines connected? That we have to make sure. Elaborate aesthetic appeal and fine lines. Elaborate how hybrid features in pens would lead to commercially viable product. Two marker. Again describe. Right? Fill in the blank with one suitable word. Understanding age-specific preference helps manufacturers design products that cater to the unique needs of different age groups. Right? Ensuring their products are both dash as well as appealing. All right. Now coming back to the passage, let's look up for these keywords. Aesthetic appeal. And patterns and fine lines. Microtip pens. So we have to look up for these words even in the passage also. All right. A recent study conducted across two age groups, students aged 10 to 12 and 13 to 16. We are talking about two age groups, right? First is 10 to 12, another would be 13 to 16. All right. Explored their preferences for ballpoint and microtip pens for various writing activities such as note-taking, examinations, personal writing. The study aimed to understand trends in writing habits and the factors influencing pen selection among students. So what do we come to know about the trends in writing? Very, very important. Now, I hope you could clearly get an idea why I have underlined this particular line. The results reveal distinct patterns based on age groups and writing purposes as well. Among students aged 10 to 12, 65% of them preferred ballpoint pens for note-taking, citing ease of use and affordability. It's a very general topic and you can also relate it to yourself, right? So you also might be having some preference. Even I also have some preference of using sometimes a ball pen or sometimes a microtip pen, right? However, 35% opted for microtip pens, valuing their precision. Reason for microtip pen? And smooth writing. And reason for ballpoint pen, what do we come to know? I'll write it here. Affordable. If we talk about microtip, precision, right? So for examinations, ballpoint pens are the overwhelming choice with 78% favoring them for their speed and reliability, while 22% stuck with microtip pens appreciating their fine control, right? Everybody has his or her own preference. Now let's see. In the 13th age group, in the 13th, everybody has his or her own preferences, right? So now let's look at this. In the 13 to 16 age groups, now talking about another age group set, preferences shifted slightly. For note-taking, 60% favored microtip pens, highlighting their ability to produce neat, legible notes. So legible means which could be read properly. While 40% continue to use ballpoint pens, during examinations, however, 70% still relied on a ballpoint pen, indicating their consistency under time constraints. When it came to personal writing, such as journaling,
Creating task, 50% in this group chose microtip pens, appreciating the aesthetic appeal of finer lines, while 42% stuck with ballpoint pen. These findings point to the importance of understanding age-specific preference and task requirements. Right? Then talking about the hybrid features such as pens offering the speed of ballpoint pen with the precision of microtip pens, and these two features we have already written here as well, right? To cater to wide range of student preferences. Now we clearly got an idea that two age groups are being discussed here, right? And their preferences, writing trends as well, right? Now let's see. Why did the study most likely focus on the two specific age group 10 to 12 and 13 to 16? This is so because to represent the largest population, no. Are when students level up and refine their writing skills? Were the easiest to survey? Not at all. Have a natural preference for ballpoint pen? Not at all. Not just for ballpoint pen. So the most appropriate option is this one. Identify the phrase in paragraph 1 that conveys the writer's reference to the patterns or preferences observed in how students use pens for various writing tasks. 1 marker question. How you are going to identify this phrase? It's clearly visible here. Trends in writing habits and factors, right? Then the next question, complete the following by selecting the correct option from those given in the brackets. So if we talk about, she's most likely to choose a microtip pen, which is known for its precision, right? So we clearly got an answer. What does the writer mean by affordability while citing the high percentage of ballpoint pen usage? Answer is given in the paragraph number 2. Affordability, let's see paragraph number 2. It is clearly mentioned there. For examinations, ballpoint pens were the overwhelming choice, 70% favoring them for their speed and reliability, while 22% stuck with this. So our focus has to be on ballpoint pens, which is known for its affordability. So you can just take the help of this passage and write the answer accordingly, right? Then, I hope we have discussed this. Now, coming to the fifth question, complete the following with the correct options. When the writer says distinct patterns in the line, the results reveal distinct patterns based on age groups and writing purposes of paragraph number 3. What does he mean? Students in both age groups use pens in the same way? No. The preferences for pens varied according to the student's age and the type of writing task. Only microtip pens were popular? Not at all. Students of all age group preferred ballpoint pens? Not at all. So this is the most appropriate answer to our question. Now coming to the sixth part, the one likely reason why more than 40% of students still choose ballpoint pens for creative tasks, even though microtip pens are better suited for such activities, is. What is the reason? You can just mention the qualities, the features, in terms of speed if we talk about, in terms of affordability if we talk about. So they use this. How are aesthetic appeal and finer lines connected? That we would be finding in paragraph number 3. Let's have a look at that also. Paragraph number 3. So when it came, while 40%, you can easily take the help of this particular line. 60% favored microtip pens, highlighting their ability to produce neat and legible writings, right? When it came to personal writing, how much? So when it came to personal writing, such as journaling or creative tasks, 58% chose this, appreciating the aesthetic appeal of finer lines, while 42% stuck with ballpoint, right? Then we have the next question on screen. Elaborate how hybrid features in pens would lead to commercially viable product. For example, if they start making use of the speed of ballpoint pens and affordability also and the precision of microtip pens, definitely they would be becoming commercially viable. Fill in the blank with one suitable word. Understanding age specific preferences help manufacturer design products that cater to unique needs of diverse age groups, ensuring their products are both dash as well as appealing. Their products are affordable and appealing. So you have also been given answer to all these questions. So frame your own answers, read the questions and then the passage, write your own answers and then match with these ones. All right. Now, the most awaited part and my favorite as well, grammar section, in which we would be discussing so many questions taken from previous year question papers and latest sample papers as well for you all. So we would be discussing each and every question concept wise. So coming to our very first question, filling the blank by using the correct form of the word in the bracket for the given portion of the letter. We hope that you continue to work with the same zeal and keep. Surprise is a word which is given here, right? So it's keep surprising us. right? Linking work. As with such remarkable performances, we thank you and wish you good luck for your upcoming projects. Regards. Next question. Read the given sentence from a medical journal, identify the error and supply the correction instead. A flu's vaccine, most common side effects are soreness, redness and swelling at the injection site. These ought begin 6 to 12 hours after vaccination and last up to 2 days. Now you should clearly get an idea, as we already had a session on models, right? Ought. So the complete model is ought to, which is used in case of moral obligation, right? So instead of writing ought, which is an error, it should be ought to. So these ought to begin 6 to 12 hours after vaccination and can last up to 2 days. All right, dear students. All right, coming to the third question, Tanu and Amit had a conversation about the execution of Tanu's travel plan. We have to report Amit's question here. Amit is asking something, right? And we have to report the conversation. We have to report Amit's question. Let's see how. This question is based on reported speech, and that too interrogative type, right? And I have already told you one thing, that these are the most probable questions that are asked in the board exams, interrogative based. So now, just because this question begins with a model or a future case helping verb, will you be going with your family? As per the rules of the reported speech, will is changed to would, right? And if you have an interrogative question that begins with a model or a helping verb, we use if for whether. All right. Now the correct answer would be if or whether. Now this you refers to Tanu. If she, will is changed to verb. We are just doing each and everything step by step. If she would be going with. Now this your will be changed to her, with her family. Right? Then read the dialogue between Karan and his friend Parvez regarding Karan's winter vacation plans. Karan, how is your winter vacation plan shaping up? Parvez, alas, there are no plans. He's a bit sad, right? We have extra classes during our winter vacation. Select the correct option to complete the reporting. Now, this question is also based on reported speech. What do we come to know? Just now, we have these two questions, so we have these two consecutive questions which are based on the same topic, reported speech. Karan asked Parvez how his winter vacation plan was shaping up. We have done it till here. Parvez sighed and said there were no plans. We have done it till here as well. He further added that, so as you have been given 4 options, and as per the rules of reported speech, if you know this thing that we has to be changed to they, so now we can eliminate these 2 options. Now we are left with these 2. They had extra classes. Have they had extra classes during our winter vacation? This is correct, but this is incorrect, because the question was we have extra classes during our vacation. Now, in case of indirect speech, the sentence has to be written this way: they had extra classes during their. If now the next question, fill in the blanks by choosing the correct option to complete the line from the policy document. This is the policy document that we are talking about. It is our endeavor to settle your maturity claim on or behalf the due date. The servicing branch likely, usually, occasionally sends maturity claim. Now we got a signal word here. The signal word which indicates that there is simple present tense, right? So words like usually, something which happens on a regular basis, right? Words like usually, words like every day, words like daily, right? Claim intimations 2 months in advance. So we clearly got an idea that usually has to be used here. Identify the error and supply correction for the given part. This was based on tense. All right. Identify the error and supply correction for the given part of the note appearing on an educational website. Please note, an early and active communication is required, as late notification may result in a delay redressal of your request. Now, what do you think can be the error here? An early and active communication, no error, is required, as late notification may result in a delay. There is some problem that lies here. Delay redressal of your respect. So instead of delay, it should be delayed. That if it gets delayed, definitely something would be, that definitely there would be a problem. All right. Now the next question. Select the option that identifies the error and supplies the correction for a line from a research report on water conservation. Excess pumping of groundwater leads to decrease in groundwater levels, but if it continues, it can exhaust the resource. So now there is no problem in this part. Excess pumping of groundwater leads to this, right? This is a fact that this will definitely happen. So levels, but if it continues, there is a problem. So what it should be, if it continued, it can exhaust the resources, right? Next, complete the given narrative by filling in the blank with the correct options. Finally, she went to the best doctor in the town. The doctor spent months on. Spent means second form of the verb has been used, which indicate that simple past has been used here, right? On dash her until she was finally cured. So we can't use simple present tense. We can't use to treating, which is totally inappropriate. We can't write the doctor spent months on, treated her. Something, if something has been treated, right? So we cannot use this thing. So many months were spent on treating her, on her treatment. Basically, if we use it as a noun, then we would use treatment. But here what it is written, spent months on treating her. All right, so this is the most appropriate option to our question. Do you notice one thing? This is the third question that we got here on reported speech. How important the topic is. Madhur, do you know the importance of water for our body? Priyanka, yes indeed, water is essential for digestion and regulates body temperature. So what do you think here? First of all, let me tell you that it's a fact. It is not going to change, be it any tense, right? Madhur asked Priyanka if she knew about the importance of water for their body. Why she has used if? Here, just because it started with a helping verb. All right. Priyanka answered in the affirmative, or you can say Priyanka answered in positive and explained that water is essential for digestion as it is, right? As it is. This sentence. Why? Because this is a fact and these remain same. So please make sure whenever you come across any sentence that has a universal fact, a statement that has been proved true for a longer period of time, a habitual action, all right? So the tense does not change, it remains the same, all right? Likewise, we have water is essential for digestion and regulates body temperature as it is. This is going to use. Now the next question, fill in the blank by choosing the correct option to complete the part of all rights reserved not given in a textbook. No part of this publication may be reproduced, transcribed, transmitted, stored, or translated into any language. Any person dash in relation to this publication may be liable to criminal prosecution and civil claims for damages. So talking about this, who will be doing any unauthorized act? We are not waiting for somebody who would be doing the same in near future. Who is doing any unauthorized act? Not at all. This indicates present continuous, right? So who does any unauthorized act? Then we have who may do any unauthorized act. I have already told you that may indicates 90% chances, right? So this is completely unacceptable. The only option that we are left with, who does any unauthorized act. While you give any public warning, any statutory warning or a general instruction, right, to masses. So in that case, we use this particular tense. Any person who does any unauthorized act in relation to this publication may be liable to this. So coming to our next question, 11th one, complete the slogan by filling the blank with the correct option. There is no place like us to live and work. So let's dash a better place. Making it not at all. Why? Because we always use first form of the verb with this. Creates it, not at all. Make it or create it. We are not creating it. It is already there, right? We have not created this planet. All right. So let's make this world a happy place or a better place. Identify the error in supply correction for the following sentence taken from a copyrights document. The information contained herein is subject to change without notice. Reproducing, adaptation, or translation without prior written permission is prohibited. Now, do you notice one thing? There is no error in this particular part. If you notice the second part of the sentence, reproducing, which is a verb, this adaptation, this is a noun, translation, this is a noun. So when these two nouns are put together, but words have been taken, 3 words have been used. So instead of reproducing, the correct answer would be reproduction, which is also a noun. Why we have changed this is a verb, this is a noun, and this is also a noun. That's why we have changed accordingly. All right. Dear students, mark my words, there won't be even a single question in your upcoming board examination right? That is given beyond any of these topics and the concept that we have discussed. Now let's have a look at the most recent grammar section of CBSE question paper. The latest one. Let's see what type of questions were asked. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct form of the word in the bracket for the given portion of the letter. Please do not hesitate to contact me if there are any other further questions or if I can be of dash assist. Verb is written there, but we are supposed to use a noun here. Assistance. Grammar is just a cakewalk if you know the tricks, if you know the tips to attempt these questions. Read the given sentences from a travel blog, identify the error and supply the correction in the sentence. Spend a night under the stars in a traditional camp where you can experience the warmth of our hospitable and savor the delicious local cuisine. So do you notice one thing? This is the adjective which we use for people. So instead of this is the error that we can clearly identify, right? Instead of this, hospitality has to be used here. Which is a noun. All right. Now the next question. Kriva and Manish had a conversation about the engagement of Kriva's brother. Report Manish question. How far is the engagement venue from your house? So he's putting up a question, right? Now we have to report this. This is based on reported speech. How far is the engagement venue? Now this is another type of interrogative questions which start with a WH family word. So you don't have to put any if or whether, right? Simply what we are supposed to ask. And please note one thing, dear students, that in interrogative types, never use that. All right, it is not required at all. How far is the engagement venue? So what we are going to write it here? How far the engagement venue was from her house. Now let's have a look at another question which is also based on reported speech. Ankita, are we going to get some time off for sightseeing? Sharvari, oh yes, all the students will get 2 days for sightseeing. Select the correct option. Ankita asked Sharvari if they were going to get some time off for sightseeing, to which Sharvari replied in affirmative, in positive, right? That this is the sentence that we are going to report. All the students, now as per the rules of reported speech, this is changed to should? No. This is changed to ought to? No. This is changed to would, or this is changed to must? Not at all. This is the correct option. All the students would get 2 days for sightseeing. As simple as that. All right. Now, the next question. Fill in the blank by choosing the correct option to complete a description of notice writing. A notice is a type of, this question is based on knowledge as well. You should know this. A notice is a type of social conversation. You are not having a conversation with people, right? Conveyance or communication, definitely communication used to notify or present information to a specific set of people. So this is the correct option. Identify the error and supply correction for the given sentence from an advertisement. The board invite online applications. Very, very important question. I explained you and discussed the same as well while we discussed the topic subject, verb, agreement and tenses also, if you remember. The board invite online applications from eligible candidates for the post of a senior English teacher. The board, which is a singular subject, it should have a singular verb also. So instead of invite, which is incorrect, what it should be? Invites, right? Because singular verb concept, verb first form with S or ES. All right. Now, the next question. Identify and correct the error in the given line taken from a user's manual of an ironing board. Place the garment on the ironing board, smoothing out as many wrinkles as possible. Many, which indicates number. Something which is countable, right? So clearly we got an answer that this is incorrect. So this should be wrinkles, not many, not any, not impossible. Complete the given sentence by filling in the blank with the correct option. These were very simple questions that have been asked in the previous year question paper. After she, now again we got a signal word here. I already told you this thing. If you come across any sentence which has a combination of 2 tenses and you see before or after there, right? So after she dashed her homework, Anisha finally relaxed and watched a movie with her friends. So if there is a combination of a past perfect and simple past tense, so you see in one part of the sentence, we already have simple past. So what we are left with? Nothing else except this one, right? When I gave you the examples like the train had already left before we reached the station, right? The patient had already died before the doctor arrived, right? So sentences like those. So please remember past perfect. If in a sentence before or after has been used, right? If you have been given a sentence in which simple past has already been given, use past perfect accordingly, right? Ankita, will you help me plan my itinerary? Tanu, yes indeed. Where are you going? Itinerary that you prepare before planning your trip somewhere so that you don't have to suffer there, right? Ankita asked Tanu if. Now, just because this starts with a modal, right? Now, just because this starts with a modal, or you can say future tense helping verb, right? Will or shall. So, in that case, we are supposed to use if or whether. Now, Ankita asked Tanu if she would help, if she would help her, if she would help her plan her itinerary, right? Ankita asks Tanu, we have already done this. Tanu enthusiastically replied in the affirmative and asks where she. Now, just because this is in present tense, present continuous, so we have to change it to continuous. Present continuous has to be changed to past continuous. All right, accordingly. So, what should be the answer? Where she was going. All right. Then the next question. Fill in the blank by choosing the correct option to complete the pop-up message appearing on our website. Welcome to our website. You dash enjoy 10% on your first purchase with God welcome. Click here to start shopping. So you may enjoy. No, he's already saying the website already stated that welcome to our website and you enjoy this 10%, right? You should know. You might know. They are not unsure, right? So you will is the most appropriate answer because will is used for surety, as I told you while explaining models as well, which is used for determination or when somebody is sure, right? Now, complete the given sentence about the reaction of some students by selecting the correct option. Since morning, another signal word. The group of students, which gives us an idea that perfect continuous has to be used here, right? Since morning, the group of students dash excited about the forthcoming cultural fest. This question was also discussed at that point of time. The most recent set of questions that has been asked in your recent question paper 2025. So what more do you need, dear students? Even if you can't practice these questions, what you are going to do then, right? So please do not forget to practice each and every question that we have discussed in the class, right? Since morning, the group of students, we are talking about group as a collective noun, group of students. There are so many students, we don't know the number of students, but we have the group. So the group, singular subject. So we are supposed to use a singular verb, right? Are, was, has been, were. Definitely, without any doubt, you cannot use this. Now we are left with these two options, and the most appropriate one is this. Has been excited since morning. It indicates an action that has already started, but is also going on. So talking about our next question, identify the error and supply the correction for the following note on a food packet. This product is manufacturing for infants and contains no additives. Just a very, very basic question. Here the product, what do we come to know? A product can't be the doer of the action, right? So what should be the correct option instead? The product is manufactured. This is the mistake here. The work is done. You don't say work is doing, right? Work cannot do. You do your work or somebody else, right? But work cannot work. Work cannot do, right? Milk cannot drink. You drink milk, right? So like that. Now, let's discuss CBSE 2023, a darker pen. Reena always dash the truth. Always. Now we got this signal word which indicates we are supposed to use simple present here. Alright. Speak, will speak. First of all, please let me be very clear. Will speak is totally incorrect. Then you have speaking, which is totally incorrect because it indicates continuous forms. Right? Speak or speaks. Just because our subject is singular, we are supposed to use singular forms of verb. Right? So this is also incorrect. Had you been written here, you always, then we would have used speak. Right? So Reena always speaks the truth. Second question, select the correct option to fill in the blank for the given line. Bread and butter. Very common question and one of the most confusing questions at the same time. Bread and butter, we are not taking it individually. You don't eat butter individually, right? So, bread and butter is considered as a whole here. As a single meal. So, bread and butter dash my favorite breakfast. It should be is. Without any doubt. Right? Am cannot be used, which is used with I. Has been cannot be used, is my. Likewise, we have another important example. If I say idli and sambar, what you will write? Idli and sambar. So we are taking it as a dish. As a dish. So is my favorite. So let me tell you another example like this. If you come across any sentence that has right? Rajma and rice. If you come across any sentences like bread and butter, they are considered as a single dish, right? So please always use singular forms of verb with any of these. So now, as we have seen in this particular question as well, is has to be used here. Now, coming to the next question, read the conversation between two friends Ravi and Reena. Complete the sentence by reporting Reena's reply. So Ravi asked Reena to lend him 100 rupees, to which Reena replied that, now here, let's do it step by step. I refers to Reena, that she don't, as per the rules of reported speech, simple present has to be changed to simple past. She did not have it right then. This now has to be changed to then as per the time reference, right? But again, I refers to she. She will is changed to would. Arrange it for him. I hope it's all clear. Now select, now the next question, select the option that identifies the error and supplies the correction. I can run fast when I was young. So it talks about ability, right? But in case of past tense, a past tense has to be used here. We have clearly discussed this thing when we have clearly discussed this thing while we learned the difference between can and could. That could is also the past tense of can. So whenever something is talking about ability but in terms of past tense, definitely we have to choose can and nothing else here. Now the next question, complete the given narrative by filling the blank with correct option. Hina dashed from fever since last Sunday. We got a signal word here which indicates that which tense has to be used? Perfect or perfect continuous. Suffered? No. Suffer? No. Will suffer? It is talking about future? No. Definitely we are left with this option, which is the most appropriate one. So coming to our next question, Anya's dash ate all the chocolates kept in the tray. So ate, have been, eating or eaten. You must require a helping verb which is not mentioned. So this is incorrect. You must require a helping verb with the same. This is not. This is also incorrect. So Anyas ate all the chocolates or have eaten all the chocolates kept in the tray, just because it denotes simple past. Ate. Anyas ate all the chocolates. Next question. Report the dialogue. Again, we got the same question on reported speech. Mother, why are you looking so worried? Daughter, my exams are approaching. In response to the question of the mother, the daughter replied that her exams were approaching. Very, very simple and basic. Right? Next question, identify the error in the given sentence. The ship Titanic and her fate continues to fascinate the imagination of the people. The ship Titanic, right? And her fate. So, we are supposed to use plural verb, which should be what? Which should be? We cannot use continues, we should use continue. And why we have not used continued here? Because continue to fascinate, it's still continue, it is still in talks, right? Next question, Ritu and Randeep are talking. Report Ritu's question. Whose question we are going to report here? Ritu's question. Ritu, where are you going? Now this is an interrogative question which starts with a WH word. So you don't have to put any if or whether here. So Ritu asked where Randeep was going. R is changed to was going. Alright. Please remember one thing. In interrogative type, in WH family words, and in case of helping verbs, if the question starts with a helping verb or a modal, only then use if or whether. Alright, WH family words means what, when, where, how, etc. Fill in the blanks by choosing the correct option to complete the slogan. Dash, smile and pass it to others. So very, very simple. Happy smile? No. Short smile? No. Humble smile? No. So always smile and pass it to others. Very simple. Now, select the correct option to complete the narration of the dialogue. Again, in this also we got a question on reported speech. Anil, where are you going, Sanjeev? To the airport. Anil, may I drop you there as I'm going to in that direction? Anil asked Sanjeev where he was going and offered to drop him as he was going in that direction, right? So in this, we have changed present continuous to past continuous as per the rules of reported speech. All right. Next question, if he could be going in that direction, no. He would be going in that direction. He is going in that direction. He was. The most appropriate answer to our question, right? We just have to put a change in tense here, right? That means present continuous to past continuous. All right. Now, identify the error in the newspaper headline. Attractive packages for different tourist destinations: Mizoram, Kashmir, Kerala and Goa. Use the given format for your response. Attractive packages for different tourist destination. It should be destination or destinations. What should be the correct answer, dear students? Attractive packages for different tourist destinations. Very, very simple. So, destination is not correct. It should be destinations here, right? Now, let's discuss the last but not the least question paper from the year 2024. All right. Let's proceed towards the question without wasting any time. And you know that you will always, and you clearly know this thing that out of 12 questions, you'll be asked to attempt any 10, but we are discussing all 12 here so that you may not face any problem, right? Fill in the blank by using the correct form of the word in the bracket for the given portion of a letter. Dear sir, in response to your query, the document that dash our country's sustainability initiatives has been attached for your consideration. Now, in response to your query, the document which is a singular subject, so it should have a singular verb with it, right? So it should be explains. The document that explains. All right. Here plural verb has been used, but instead of plural, we are supposed to use singular form of verb. Right. Second question.
Read the given sentence, identify the error and supply the correction. The uniquely flavored dish was interestingly enough to captivate my taste buds. Very, very basic. We should take no time in answering this particular question. As interestingly, no. We use adjectives with enough, right? Not adverbs. So it should be interesting. So I hope all clear. All right, next question. Rashi and Ratul had a conversation about volunteer work. Report Rashi's question. Again, on reported speech. Rashi, what challenges have you faced while volunteering? Ratul says, the main challenge is dealing with different personalities, but it's also great learning experience. Now read the dialogue between a librarian and a student. 2 questions based on the same topic. This is also reported speech. This is also reported speech. And we are supposed to report Rashi's question here. What was that? What challenges have you faced while volunteering? So what you are supposed to write? Rashi asked Ratul what challenges he had faced while volunteering. Right? What challenges he had faced while volunteering. Right? What challenges he had faced while volunteering. Okay. Now the next question, librarian, welcome back. It's good to see you, young man. Student, thanks. I was overloaded with assignments, so I have not visited the library this week. Based on this conversation, report the dialogue between a librarian and a student by completing the sentence. The librarian greeted the student warmly, expressing pleasure at his visit. The student thanked and explained that he was overloaded with assignments. So this simple past tense is to be used with he had been overloaded with assignments, right? As simple past is changed to past perfect. So this should be he had been overloaded with assignments, all right? So he had not visited the library. This is changed to that week. All right, dear students. So select the correct option from the options given below. He had been overloaded. He has been overloaded. He was overloaded. He is overloaded, not at all. He is overloaded with assignments, not at all. He was overloaded, not at all. It is already mentioned there. As per the rules of reported speech, we are supposed to change this into past perfect. So the correct option should be he had been overloaded with assignments, right? So because we report something, because in reported speech, we report something which has already taken place. We report an incident that has already happened, right? So you cannot just, convert a simple past into present. So that's why this option is totally incorrect. Now, fill in the blank by choosing the correct option in the bracket to complete the sentence. The revised meeting agenda is attached and dash needs to be emailed to all participants before the meeting. So the revised meeting agenda is attached and we cannot use those. It needs to be, right? It needs to be emailed to all the participants before the meeting. Next question, identify the error and supply correction for the given sentence from an e-commerce website written policy. So coming to question number 6, we clearly got the mistake. We could clearly spot the error here. With a plural subject, how can we use a singular verb? So it should be, first of all, the error lies here and it should be offer. All right, 30-day return policy on all unopened products purchased from our websites. Now the next question, select the option that identifies the error and supplies the correction. The campaign's goal is to increase physical activity among the younger. We are not making any comparison here. So this is incorrect, this is incorrect, this is incorrect. It is for commonly for youth. All right, next question. Complete the given narrative by filling in the blank with the correct option. The internship at the tech startup had me. When you already have an object here, right? So you can use what you are supposed to use here when you already have an object after a verb, right? Had me. Feeling excited? No. Felt excited? No. To feel excited? No. Feel excited. It made me feel excited. It had me feel excited, all right? Report the dialogue between a vendor and his customer by completing the sentence. Vendor, you look a little different today. Customer, yes, I just got a new haircut. The vendor noticed that his customer's appearance had changed and asked him about it. The customers admitted this, citing the fact that just because this is already given in simple past, it has to be changed to past perfect. So what should be the correct answer? The customer admitted this, citing the fact that he had got a new haircut. He a new haircut. All right. Now, the next question. Fill in the blank by choosing the correct option to complete the sentence. Our school dashed first place in the regional science fair. So, it's about a recent action, right? Awarded, was awarded, had awarded, no. Has been awarded, exactly. Was awarded, no. Our school dashed first place in the regional science fair. Something which happens. Something which took place just in the recent present, right? So, has been awarded with. Complete the line from a song by filling the blank with the correct option. The morning dew captures your essence. The flowers and grass touch your color. The sunrise embraces your arrival as the dawn welcomes a new day. So what should be the answer here? The flowers and the grass. Plural subject. So we are supposed to use reflect as being the plural verb. We cannot use this, we cannot use this, we cannot use this. So flowers and grass, because the plural of grass is also grass only. So but we have plural subject here, flowers also, grass also. So that's why we have used plural form of verb here, right? Now, the last question of the class that we are going to discuss, please pay a very close attention here. The public health campaigns aimed in increase awareness. You cannot use in because it is already first form of the verb. So we are supposed to use to here. So dear students, now let's proceed towards a brief recap of the entire topic that we have covered. So we got to know about reading passage, discursive, then we have factual, has a word limit of 400 to 450 and it has a word limit of 200 to 250 words. All right, please take a note of all these things. 20 marks question, 10 marks each. Please use FLT technique, first to last. Read questions first and then passage. Followed by passage. Right? Underline keywords in the questions and passage both. Right? Please focus on all these things and remember all those tricks and strategies that we have discussed in the class today. Talking about grammar section, we have covered all the topics. So please practice, practice and just practice. Right? So it will definitely help you face both of these sections in your upcoming board examination. And for more sessions like this, please stay tuned with us on our very platform. Till then, have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you so much, dear guys.